are back.
We are back again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Chasing the Bag with Bade and Biyi.
Welcome, guys. We know we promised that we'll be more consistent this year, but a lot of things have been going on. Life has been lifing.
Life
But
has been lifing.
yeah. How are you now?
We are back now. This is our 7th episode.
Wow. And this is the
7th
10th.
episode in how many years? In 3 years.
I think it was just this year. I was like, oh, we're not doing that bad. If you have like 7 out of 10.
This is,
in
I
3
think it's
years.
our 3rd or 4th episode this year. So we are doing better than previous years.
Yeah. Well, we'll be more consistent. We just have to warm up to it. Our audience, people should forgive us.
Yeah, we're going to try to make the podcasts bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, and try to bring you the best quality that we can.
Yes. So what's happening? Where are you now? Do you want to?
Life, look, life changes, big life updates. That's
Yes.
Oxford Union something.
Yeah. So B has left Nigeria and moved to the land of the queen or the king now, actually, and is at Oxford University.
We thank God.
How was that process? Tell us.
Well, the process, the process started way earlier than last year. So it's been some time. Last year I was supposed to go to Texas. Even parts of this year I was supposed to go to Texas, right? But God works in the best way.
Yeah.
So
And to me, it was a very really good outcome. I'm quite excited and happy. When I heard, I was like, wow, amazing. Yes, this is what we're talking about. This is how it should be. And now we can, come to the pod, much more ready and prepared to give content, more educated, with more knowledge, and we can give our best. And also, we always have issues with network. Well, anytime you're in Nigeria, so the internet is always glitching. I remember we wanted to record a pod episode one time like that, and it wasn't just going through.
Yeah.
So we'll be having those.
It's crazy. The quality of the internet in Lagos or in Nigeria is still subpar at times. Well, a lot of the time. But yeah, I'm in a new dispensation now.
Yes.
Things are not the same, and our internet is better.
So how's the experience? How is it? Are you what's going on?
See, the Oxford experience just been like a realization of like how grand the school is, the history. Like before I did the whole Oxford process, even after I did the whole Oxford process, I did not know that the University of Oxford was in Oxford. You understand? I didn't know that like Oxford is the city itself, right?
Yeah. Universities.
Then there's the university, but like the university is not like in one place, so it is all over the city. So you can have a department in, I don't know, miles away from each other, and it is just, it is incredible the amount of history, the amount of tradition.
Yeah,
we get to wear a gown for matriculation, so that's cool.
Yeah.
We also
have you matriculated?
No, not yet. Matriculation is in 8 days. So the 18th.
I know that's the Oxford thing, and they always, I think is in Latin. I'm not sure. They have like a very ceremonial process to matriculation, and yeah, it's very it's special. I can totally relate to the history. So yeah, you didn't tell our viewers where in Oxford you are, like what program you are in for.
Oh yeah, apologies. At the side business school where I'm studying for my MBA. So that's where I am in Oxford, trying to get that business knowledge, that knowledge of finance, that knowledge of operations, so that I can make as much impact as possible in the world of business. So that's why we're here.
This is like, I remember, I think our very first episode, I think I made a point to what people should invest in and investing in them. So I remember the very first episode, like if you want to put money to different things and investing in yourself, in knowledge, in expanding the scope of what you can do, your skills, your network is very important. And we are, we're doing, we're living what we say. We don't just talk. We don't just talk the talk. We also walk. You guys can see. You can
It
follow
was
us.
right about the time that we were about to go to Yale,
Yes, that we started the podcast.
right? And now, I'm having my own Oxford year. So it's kind of coming full circle in a way. We say these things and living it has just been fulfilling in a way. I can't say like it's been fulfilling it.
And I was like, yeah, so we can now come together, Yale, Oxford, you guys, even though I know you guys trusted and, and trusted what we say and the advice we give, non-financial advice just for educational purposes, once again, but it also gives credibility to us and to our experience and our skills.
Amazing. Do you want to say something about your Yale experience? Like why you were at Yale? What was it like?
Yeah,
What am I
so for
looking
me,
forward to in the next 1 year?
so it's, of course, I'm sure you've started experiencing it. It's going to be a whole lot because you'll be
Absolutely.
juggling the academics, those institutions of knowledge. They didn't get to where they are right now just by, making it easy. So it's going to be very, very rigorous. I thought I was prepared, and yeah, at the end of the day, I was indeed prepared because I skilled and I did quite well during the program. But the academic rigor is a lot, and you have to
Absolutely.
balance that with trying to network. Because you're at Yale, you're at Oxford, you want to go out, meet people. They'll have a lot of networking events. They'll have a lot of extracurricular. They have parties. There's so many things that you have to, juggle. Then you're also trying to, recruit if that's your goal to doing the MBA. The people do MBA for different reasons, but I can say about 70 to 80% of people who try to get the MBA will do it because they want to pivot careers or they want to go back to the job they were doing in a different higher position. So you
Right.
have to also engage in that. And recruiting is a full-time job in and of itself. So you are battling rigorous academics, which you can't fall, you can't falter on. You're battling trying to expand your network, trying to socialize, meet new people, and you're also battling recruiting for a job. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be you'll be pulled in different directions at the same time. Then you have to create like a rhythm for yourself. Okay, these are the social events I want to be attending. I have to ensure that I'm done with all my assignments, prepare for exams, and also take out time to recruit because recruiting also has recruiting events. I'm sure depending on the sector you want to go in, if you want to do investment
Absolutely.
consulting, tech, they all have their different tracks, and you need to decide and socialize in those spaces. So it's very, very, very rigorous. But what I would say it was worth it. And yeah, right now there's been a lot of I think it's not even right now. Every year there's always the MBA worth it. You see Financial Times or Forbes bring an article. Harvard MBAs don't have jobs. Stanford MBAs looking for a job, just in a bit to pull down on the value of the MBA of the education you get. But for
Yeah.
me, really, it was worth it, and I'm sure for you it will be.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been here the program has started less than 3 weeks. And I can say like I have gotten so much value for the money, for, the investment time in that 3 weeks from the network, meeting people from all around the world, like countries, people from regions you never thought of or you've only heard about in movies, you understand? Right. And
Mm-hmm,
you are, sharing stories with these people, sharing stories about your background, sharing stories about where you are coming from.
mm-hmm,
Then,
mm-hmm.
the points that you made about the rigor of the program, the Oxford MBA is a 1 year program. So that adds to the rigor anyway. So it's super packed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then there's also like the college culture, the system that is a part of the University of Oxford that is unique to us and the other school. That's what we call them, the other school.
Yeah, that's true. I think the schools, yeah, the Ivies in the US also have like such like college systems there.
Yeah.
Harvard, Yale also has, but I'm sure you guys at the other school.
Mm-hmm. So I mean,
Yeah.
getting to experience all of that in this short time, then coupled with the quality of lecture. like, I've only ever schooled in Nigeria and, had Nigerian lecturers. But when you have,
Professors that are
professors and, world-class speakers, it's just different, man. It's just different. And I'm
different.
just taking it all in every second of it. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. I can't wait for, what the rest of the year has to offer. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to
I
it.
think
Like,
one thing that it does for, or it did for me, and it would also do for you, is we are big dreamers, me and you. But when you're now in that environments, you are able to see the dream that you have been having. Like,
mm-hmm.
you were in Nigeria, you might not be able to see the dream in reality, but when you're there, you can actually feel it in the air. You can speak to people who have done amazing things. You will be, having
Absolutely.
people that are in the financial markets or people that are in industry who have done so well come speak to you. You have one-to-one conversations with them. You're like, yes, what I have been dreaming has not just been a dream. I can see it coming to reality. And that's one thing that it really did for me.
You hit the nail right on the head. I found myself in the past in the past 2 weeks dreaming, I mean, thinking differently already. Like I have been I'm probably going to try entrepreneurship. Maybe I've always been on the fence. But like I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it in such a different way. Like it's kind of like a top-down view
Mm-hmm.
being outside of and I think the environment is a big contributor to that. When you are surrounded
Yes.
by people that are also big dreamers that have done things all around, then
Mm-hmm.
you also
Absolutely.
start to think to yourself that, oh no, this thing is I'm in the same class with these people, so these things
Exactly.
are not so perfect. Like it
It's
is
not far.
possible. I mean, I can dream and I can do big things as well. So
Yeah.
that part as well,
Absolutely.
that part.
So it gives you that. Of course, we already have the confidence, but it pushes you, like you just go. And for me, but what I'm doing right now is what I always wanted to do all my life. You understand?
Right.
And I've been living in like boxes that I've defined it. But right now, I just you have the ability to just take the leap, and and you see it pan out. The first leap you take, because you're in an environment like that, you don't just fall. So you get soft landing, so to speak. You get access to people who help you, people who fund you while you're testing and thinking about it, and you're not just left hanging, and you will not be so worried about, oh, what will happen if I do this. You're not thinking, you're not coming from a place of survivorship, or being a survivor, but more of, now I want to make my mark. I want to do something that I am really, really passionate and interested in, instead of just thinking, how do I make make the next daily 2K, like we'll say in Nigeria.
I mean, I feel like there's still a hurdle for me to overcome, shine away.
Mm-hmm,
Specifically regarding entrepreneurship, right? There's
mm-hmm,
still this kind of fear because I know get soft landing. You understand? So, but yeah,
mm,
with day after day that passes, I'm beginning to overcome that even more. Like, okay, I'm getting more confidence. Like, okay, I might actually take the leap, and
see,
might not be the worst thing in the world, and see
yeah.
how it goes. See how it goes.
Surely, I'm here now. So whenever, let's do it.
Let's do
Whichever
it.
you want to take. You know me. I'm serious about entrepreneurship. Anything that solves people's problems, can create outside value for customers,
Mm-hmm.
investors. I'm down for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that is that's not the podcast. That's the intro to the podcast. And we
Mm-hmm.
have, a couple, I think, interesting topics that we're just going to hit on today. This is not
Yeah,
the typical investing episode. We are going to react to
yeah.
some happenings, some news,
No.
and things that have been happening just around the world. And we're going to start with gold, right?
Yes, 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 yes,
Gold
yes.
hitting all-time highs over $4,000 per ounce. That is crazy. By the way, what do you think?
So it shows where the entire mindset of the world markets are. When you see gold going high like that, it means that a lot of people are going towards safety. So
Absolutely.
it's not totally bearish, but it just means the general climate of the world is like, okay, let's hold our money to our chest. Let's invest in something that we know will always be here and will not reduce in value. And that's what has been happening. There's been a lot of changes. So we have the AI disruption, you have geopolitical issues that are going on in different parts of the world, you have the US, you know, dollar, you know, would be is right now is good, but people are there's the prediction that it's not going to be the reserve currency of the world again, and everybody's just trying to hold on to what they what they think it will be stable, and that's why we're seeing that increase in the rise of gold. And I think it's two things. One, for people who are bullish, like Warren Buffett will say, Warren Buffett is the greatest investor of all time, in my own opinion. He said, when everyone is, when they are running away, when they are bullish, when they are greedy, be careful. When they are careful, be greedy. So it just depends on where you are. And there's also the balance side of having a very diversified portfolio where you know that you can withstand whatever is going to happen. And I think that's what a lot of the big institutional investors are doing, and even private people, private family office buying gold. They're one of the biggest, contributors to that hike in the price of gold. So that's what we're seeing in the market. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I was reading Business Insider, and they actually referenced I don't know if it was a conversation with Ray Dalio, the investor, where he mentioned that about 15% of your investment portfolio now should be in gold. And I think one of the drivers over the past week is that, China has gotten into the game as well, because they've expressed, state interest that they want to be, I don't know, some kind of reserve for gold in China. So that has also boosted people's confidence, and with countries, wanting to, store, save gold, or store their wealth in gold. Then there's also, like you also alluded to, the uncertainty in the markets, or with Trump, there's always a lot of up and downs, and historically, gold has always been a good sort of value. It has
Yes,
gone up over 50% this year alone. I mean, which is remarkable. It has outperformed, a lot of investments, or like investment buckets or classes of investments. So that one is also the reason, a driver. And another one that they said in the Business Insider article was the Fed cuts, right? The rate cuts by the Fed. Yeah. So people are, being more, where there's uncertainty, people, like you said, they head for safety. And there isn't a lot or many more safer investments than gold. And it has, proven its value as being that stable, safe investment over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. And with your comment on Redalio just brought to bear so he has this book, The Changing World Order. I think there's also a YouTube video, animated video of like what the book is about, like how nations fall. So it was in that video or in the book saying America is going to lose its position as the world power, and that's going to then rejig like all the other nations. There will be a new world power. A lot of people are betting on China, but we know it's going to be from the east. A lot of people are saying that it's not going to be that it's just going to be centralized. Unlike how America worlds, at their hands, that's not going to be. It's just going to be different regions will have players that dominate in different industries. So that then comes to the reason why gold is going skyrocketing as we've noted. So it's just very interesting. And I think to bring this to bear for like normal people, everyone has assets, or maybe that account, savings account. They have a place where they go to, an emergency fund, to kind of hold themselves in time of crisis. But the bigger, more sophisticated investors go towards gold. And I think for retail, because it it might not be as easy to, you can definitely buy futures and derivative forms of gold, but
Right.
you might, just to hold. And it's an option. But for most people, I know a lot of people, especially back home in Nigeria, who just buy gold. I know that's a big thing. Like they just buy gold and store in their
Right.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, is it? I don't know if it is Target or Costco that started selling those gold tablets, and it is one of their top 10 sellers in recent times.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, one of those retailers. So they've been selling that, and it's become one of their top 10 sellers now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people be trying to get into gold now because everybody they don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. There's going to be a lot of disruption in different aspects, and the world as we know it is going to change because of the next thing we're going to talk about now.
Is it that the future is AI, right? There's it is. I because I haven't really been on social media that much because I've been probably my busiest in a long time. I mean, my busiest ever. Well, my busiest in quite a while. Maybe in the past 4 or 5 years. This has been my busiest. And I was on YouTube one evening just trying to relax, and I saw a video by Casey Neistat on AI. I didn't even
Yeah,
know about the new OpenAI. They are the chief disruptors. They
yeah,
are They are the chief disruptors. I saw a video that he made about their new app. I don't know if it's an app or something, the new social
yeah.
media app, the SORA app. I
Now,
don't think it's available in all parts of the world yet, but
no, I think you need an access code right
oh,
now
really?
to get into it. So they are they are limiting number of people that can get into the application right now.
It is ridiculous. I've seen videos of dead celebrities, dead of states. It is
Yeah,
crazy how good it is. It is scary how
it
good
is.
it is because I remember those videos just last year and
Mm-hmm.
how videos generated with AI had six fingers
Issues.
and
You
it looked
obviously know.
terrible. Fast forward to barely 12 months now, and it is incredible. It's remarkable what the advancements in AI technology has just. I used to be a skeptic about 2 years ago regarding exploring AI and wanting to be a purist in a way with my creativity and writing and
Wow,
all of
bro.
that. But what a big mistake! I feel like the world has left me behind in a way, and I'm
Yeah,
just
it
catching up.
is. Yeah, so I think I was watching, I don't know, was it a video on YouTube or somewhere? And one person was saying before seeing was believing. And a lot of
Mm,
people seeing videos. So, for example, if you saw a video of someone doing something, you believe it. Like you don't think, oh, this video could have been doctored or created
yes.
by AI. But we're now in a world now where the person or the platform that is dispensing that video or that content must be credible for you to even believe it because you don't know what you are seeing. I remember,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was months back, they were showing Vladimir Putin a video of him, a clone, a deep fake of himself, like talking. It was like, he was obviously stunned. You know, the hard man now. It was like, what? This is crazy. I was like, yeah, that's not him. And we're going to get to the world where, like you said, creatives would then have to up like their game because, of course, in the world where we'll be going, the 99 percentile or 98 percentile creative will beat AI. But that doesn't mean that there will not be a place for the 98 percentile AI generated video to thrive. As long as
Absolutely.
you know this is AI and you're not trying to deceive them that this is real or is human generated or anything like that, people will still enjoy and consume such content. And it would then be a world where it will both manual, human generated, and AI generated will now be competing for market share. So it's gonna be it's a brave new world. I'm excited. No, it's scary and also
Thank
exciting.
you.
What will happen is there will be the need for products or tools to then validate, is this human, is this AI, where is it generated from? So it's not going to be, a lot of people are worried that, oh, people will be bad actors would be able to use this tool to do terrible things. that's
Yeah.
that's been the case for every technology that has come. First, the bad actors take charge of it, then regulation catches up, then the people that will then develop tools to ensure that it is safe and used in very great conditions will also catch up. So it's not the end of the world. We're just moving towards a world
Yeah.
where a lot of things are easier to do. People spend less time on developing content and can spend more time on, really the creative parts of it.
I think my only qualm with that is like, this is just so new. I don't know if we've had like technology like this good that has been accessible to the masses
Yeah,
in this
public.
scale, right? And my fear is what these bad actors can or and will do before regulation and policies catch up to them, right? Or to these AI platforms and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Because I used to kind of worry. Well, not worry. I used to think like regulating tech was like especially
Yeah.
when it comes to like social media. I used to be a free believer, like just let it be. But
Yeah.
with how good this is and how life changing it is, and the impact it is going to have on this generation, on future generations, there are going to be generations to come that won't know what life was before AI, not to talk of computers, not life before AI, you
So
understand?
our children will just
And
be like, there was a world where.
yeah, exactly. So that is my fear, what the bad actors could do then, as well as, where does it take reasoning? There is a lot of value to tasking your brain and doing a lot of work, doing a lot of reasoning, doing a lot of arithmetic, trying to be creative, coming up with ideas. There's a lot of value in that, and there's a lot of growth in that process, that learning process. So does it just? It's my fear is
Take
that is
away.
going to kind of disappear.
I actually saw an article somewhere that I think they tracked students that use ChatGPT, and they were like, after some time, their thinking reasonabilities dropped. But the problem with that article is, indeed, in the short term, that will be the effect of it.
Right?
But the long-term impact is that there will then be harder tasks that will need human involvement to do, that our minds will then have to go through. So for example, before the mechanization of agriculture, everybody had to till the land. Everybody had to do it manually. And when agriculture became mechanized, there are now tools, there are now equipment that do all of that automated. And now farmers had to now think about other things. So you now had people thinking about, how do we cross pollinate these fruits or different products to bring up better variants of them. It will in the short term impact that, but I believe that after a while, then there will be created more problems, more issues that then need to be solved with.
Then we have to clean up the issues.
Yeah. So that's how it's gonna be. And that's what I believe. It might not be yet because no one knows what the future is gonna be. Bill Gates is like, to be honest, I don't know. I have theories, I have guesses, but everything could just go down. And
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty. What do you think about is it 4 trillion market cap valuation of Nvidia?
yeah, that's the thing is the problem. So the problem I saw a stats recently that going to this India problem. So there's BYD, which is the largest producer of electric vehicles globally,
Right?
and
Yeah.
And Tesla, I think the last year had like revenues of 97 billion. BYD had like 107. But the market cap is night and day. I think BYD had a few hundred billion. Tesla is almost a trillion or something like that.
Yes.
A lot of people are of the opinion that Tesla is not just a car company, and the way the market price the fact that Elon and Tesla, they're going to do a lot more things in the future than just manufacturing cars and automate cars. And it's the
Yes.
same thing for Nvidia. Even though, of course, there might be a slight chance that it's been overpriced. But I feel that with the value that Nvidia is going to create in the next couple of years, especially for other industries that will be using AI, they've not even 4 trillion is not enough. That is why
You're bullish. You're bullish.
I'm bullish on Nvidia because a lot of people don't even know that traditional industries are going to be disrupted so bad. Industries that we've not thought about right now will be
Right?
disrupted. And Nvidia's chips will be the rails that will power that disruption. So that's what I feel. What do you think? I know I understand the arguments for people on the other side. I feel this is overpriced. There will be market correction in some time and all of that. But I think one thing is I can't bet against Jensen Wang. Jensen is
I
the
think
G
you know
of
that thing where they say preparation meets opportunity.
yes.
This is like the perfect case for
Mm-hmm.
that, where preparation and all the hard work that they've done with their chips and computing and
Yeah.
their proprietary programming language for training, whatever. It's just like fuel meeting fire, and the perfect makes the perfect explosion. So, like you said, that Bill Gates says he does not know. I don't know either, because the amount of disruption that has happened in the last 2 years, I mean, it is unfathomable, with not only Nvidia, then also OpenAI as well. Like, I don't
Yes.
know what OpenAI's valuation is right now. Of course, it's in the definitely over 100 billion.
I think they wanted to they are about to raise 100 billion. At
Yeah.
about
So I don't know how market listing is going to work for them if they eventually do that. I don't know how it is. The last private company that I can think had that kind of scale still hasn't listed. Stripe is the one
yeah.
that I know that has, that kind
Yeah.
of valuation, and they still haven't listed. So frankly, I don't know. Interesting times. A lot of companies are trying to catch up. I saw the deal this week that AMD did. So,
Yeah.
and I think they gave away like 10% of their company, that deal with OpenAI. It is
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody wants like the part of the cake, or a slice of the cake, really.
Mm-hmm. I think AMD, I think Lisa Su of AMD, she's also a very phenomenal executive.
Nice.
She's, a,
Do you
she's
know she's related to
of course,
Jensen?
yes.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's it.
Also
Like
crazy.
I don't know. I think they are distant cousins.
Yeah,
Your
there is
great grandmother or whoever must be proud as hell.
this my descendants, they are doing well. So
Really,
yeah,
doing really well.
and AMD like because she took AMD from AMD was less than Intel. I remember,
Yeah, they were struggling.
and she really did a great job. So whatever deal she's cutting, I think everyone wants to, like you said, have access to the models that OpenAI will be building, even though AMD is on the hardware side of things, but they also want to take advantage of that. They don't just, because it's open, no one knows which part will generate the most return. It's like at the beginning of the internet, so like, what's going to be? Okay, everybody thought it's going to be mobile. Mobile generated its own. Then it then became platforms, Facebook, Uber, all of them generated outsized returns. So everybody's kind of guiding and trying to,
Mm-hmm.
or edging and trying to ensure they cover the full spectrum of whatever revenue source or will be the biggest revenue source for their company, and they don't want to be left out. And Meta is the biggest. I think I heard Mark was saying that she would rather spend hundreds of billions of dollars than miss out on this AI wave and waste it. It's like if you waste $100 billion trying to catch the wave, he would rather do that than miss out on it. And
Yeah, I mean, it is real. Like, it is so real, and the impact is so widespread. Like, I remember when the craze was metaverse, and
yeah,
the craze was blockchain. This machine learning and AI has been around for a long time, and it's just their time to come to the fore and just
yeah.
take over. So it is as big as, in my opinion, as the internet, or as
Of
computing
course.
itself. So it
It's even
is.
going to be bigger because it's going to power every single thing. The internet was just a platform for the world to, collaborate and do everything and put everything on
It's manners.
that global. But
I
now this
mean,
one is intelligence.
speaking on powering everything, I don't know if you've seen the Albanian prime minister that added AI minister to his cabinet.
I,
So so it's not like it's not minister for AI. It's like an
AI.
AI minister to the cabinet.
Oh, are you like, and
Yes, yes. Her name is I think Diella or something, or Diella, and she's supposed to fight corruption and help with some other things. But I
Oh,
think
wow.
that is where we are going towards. That's where we are going towards. So it is.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I'm not really worried. I believe the human race, we've overcome the worst things and we're still, here. So whatever AI brings, we'll be able to withstand it.
Yeah, interesting times ahead. I don't know if you saw that Peter Thiel interview where the interviewer was like,
Do you
"Would you
want
persuade the
human?
human race to persevere or something like that?" And the guy couldn't come up with an answer. He's a peculiar guy. Let me just put it like that.
Peter is a very special, he's a
He's a
special guy.
peculiar guy.
He has a bunker preparing for the end of the world. And he has prepared a place where when his body, like when he dies and his body
Yep.
goes, he will be preserved for when there is a cure to death to bring him back.
Yeah. He's kidding. He's kidding.
And when you have so much money and so much influence, those are things that
That
they'll be
comes to mind there.
if you don't take care.
All right. So our final topic of this episode is investing in Nigeria.
Mm.
So I don't know. You've been away from when was the last time you were in Nigeria?
It's like 2020.
2023. Almost 2 years. Last time I was in Nigeria was last month.
You just left Nigeria, bro. I knew.
So yeah, on investing in Nigeria, last week or the week before that, Bayo Ogunlesi, the now partner at BlackRock, the CEO or former CEO of Global Infrastructure Partners,
Yeah,
was in
GIP.
Lagos and he met with our president
Uh-huh.
of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
Yeah,
and he promised some, forthcoming investments in Nigeria. We know that we have huge infrastructure deficits.
of course.
As a civil engineer and a business person, I don't turn business person, as a civil engineer and business person, when they say infrastructure and, building out infrastructure for Nigeria, I know that's one of the major factors that affects, entrepreneurship is our lack of proper infrastructure,
Yes.
mainly the lack of power,
Mm.
or the absence of power or stable power. That is a key factor. But we also need a lot of roads, like
Yeah.
properly built out road networks. We need ports. We need just a host of things that the government has failed to do in the past couple of years. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of excited. I don't know how you feel, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy that he made that commitment. And I think it's kudos to the Minister for Investments, Trade and Industry. I think during the last hunger, that's like it's part of is a yield of part of the work that she did, to try to cut some of these international investors. I think they had the
Mm-hmm.
round people in New York then, and she met with Bayo Ogunlesi, and then that led to him coming to Nigeria to meet with the president. And it's helpful to have private sector involvement in building infrastructure. But the truth is, for the most part, the
Mm-hmm.
government is solely responsible for development of infrastructure in any climb. Like,
Yeah.
of course, private players who are incentivized by profit making try to, invest, but for them, they must see the clear path to profit, to revenue. But for the government, it's the well-being of your people. And while it's a welcome development, and I applaud it, and hopefully I'm hopeful to see it play out. The thing is that the government will needs to take its own part of the responsibility to ensure that those things work, and even after they've invested, that there's a maintenance culture,
Yeah,
because
that's one thing we are really lacking in Nigeria. That
that's
is,
what a lot of the infrastructure is that have been Nigeria have been the ones that are there for decades, since when the British, were the colonial power in Nigeria. So we find that there's not been renovation or maintenance of those assets. They get dilapidated, and they become debt traps for people. So it's welcome, and I applaud it. But yeah, that's my take.
yeah, hopefully it works out,
Yeah.
hopefully they can find a path that is both profitable. I don't know if Bayo Ogunlesi will be investing as BlackRock or personally, on his own. And hopefully the government and him or whatever investors that are coming to Nigeria to invest in infrastructure, they can find a path that is mutually beneficial. So
Yes.
for the citizens of Nigeria, then for the investors as well. Nobody wants to lose money. I know that I don't want to lose money. Nobody wants
Yeah.
to lose money. So yeah, that is exciting.
Yeah, I hope they are able to work out the details of those their contracts because the biggest risk for investors like that is that you are dealing with government entities that change every 4 years. And if they've noted that in Nigeria, past contracts that have not been honored, and they are not going to get into such deals. So it's going to be a very high bar. I know, Bayo Ogunlesi has said that he's interested, but he's now getting to the weeds of signing those contracts, implementing, bringing the money in, will it go forward? Because I know for an organization like BlackRock, they will have like requirements that you need to,
Absolutely.
they will hold you down. You have covenants that the government is to enter regardless of whoever is in power, and they will be enforceable in the highest courts internationally. So if we can pass the bar, they can bring the money. Of course, it's great for the welfare of Nigerians.
I love it. I love it. Then finally, still on investing in Nigeria, we have, the richest black man on the planet. He's a Nigerian and he's invested in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like within every 2-3 months, there's always something that is
True.
trying to kill that man. And
Like that man is fighting generational wars in Nigeria.
so
So
this time it is Pengasan,
yeah, I saw that.
petroleum senior staff something of Nigeria.
That's shown in Nigeria. So,
And the staff that he employed, about 800 of them, joined the union, went on strike, they got fired, there's protest and everything, It's just like that refinery. There are principalities and everything against it, trying to make sure
yeah,
that it
bring
does
it
not
down.
work.
Yeah, because they know that once it's operational, all the different loopholes that they've been using to, enrich themselves will be blocked. So that's the problem. But the thing that this is more, if you look at it from a trade union, workers union type thing, in Nigeria, especially for oil and gas, oil field
Mm-hmm.
operations, there are organizations, there are certain organizations that are unionized and saying that are not. We're an organization and we were not unionized. I think the 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 thing about those unions is that I think the IOCs, the Chevrons, Total, Shell, they are in those unions that protect
Right?
their interests. But a lot of those unions just take it as an opportunity to try to bully the companies, even though they go over and above for their employees. I don't think, I'm not sure. I don't know the details of the employment contract Dangote has with his employees, but I'm sure that building a refinery of that scale, he would, be taking care of them. So there must be some bad actors who are trying to, maybe I'm
And
wrong, who are trying to, like you said, stop what is going on there. You see, like it's so crazy what Nigerians can do in this case. You see, Chevron or Mobile, I don't know, that they will bring coffee in, they will put red thing. They are just dramatic, and these are like one of
see,
the best workers in Nigeria. But yeah, it's very challenging. I'm sure we'll navigate all of that. I think I saw that they've now gone back to work. October
yes,
1st,
they have. They've been
immediate.
reinstated. You know what you mentioned on bad actors? Almost, I mean, if it comes out tomorrow and it's like, oh, so person is behind this also, and they were paid
I won't be
amount of,
surprised.
I would like, yep, I knew it. So, I mean, investing in Nigeria is still, a big hurdle, is still a huge risk.
It's an
This
extreme
is just like
sport.
a reminder, like, no matter how rich and powerful you
You are,
are, the country is still out to get you in a way.
yes,
And that is
absolutely.
something that we have to, I think, collectively, put an end to.
If someone like Dangote can be going through those type of issues, what kind of enabling environment are we creating for smaller companies who are trying to come up? The only, the only players that kind of have it easy, they don't really even have it easy as startups. But if you are trying to build like infrastructure projects, physical, stuff, you will definitely face problems. Easy, you are trying to build roads, you're trying to even build a house, you have all those, louts that, or area boys, as we call them, who wants to collect, bribes from you or try to extort you. It's a nationwide issue. It's something that has just been endemic to Nigeria, and he's going through it. He knows what he signed up for. He said it. He knows what he signed up for, and is that they kill you? I don't know. Somewhere he was like, except they kill you.
I think he's having fun. I think, well, maybe not as much fun as it would like. If the business was running, full tilts, no hiccups, full support from the government, full support from the people. It's just that like the business, the refinery is so impactful, like it puts a lot of people out of business. Tank farm owners, importers, and etc. So it puts a lot of people out of business. So of course you're going to get the amount of pushback that it's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not unexpected.
Dangote is to our last point, Dangote is going through this. How will Bayo Ogunlesi, if he see what's happening, what will be going through his own?
It does not send the right message to investors. That's it. Doesn't send the right message to investors at all.
So what it is. But yeah, I hope for the best for him, for his refinery, and for
fingers crossed that we find a way through.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this beautiful, beautiful episode of Chasing the Bag with Bade and Biyi. And we hope to be back in another 2 weeks, or hopefully maybe even earlier than that, and give you guys another fine episode.
Like it's just what we just said the time we do it. It's not. It's very.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I'm starting to think, and I know that Bade is thinking as well. We are going to be exploring, probably bringing
guests
onto the show that we're going to have conversations with, and bring you guys as much value as possible for your time. So thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
See you.